Okay, everybody, we are on air on all the places. So apologies, I might just be a couple minutes getting started a little couple minutes later than usual, uh, only by a few minutes, so no worries. If you're just jumping on, we're going to be going over a new product today. We're going to be going over the Dr. Clark's store probiotics blend. So it's a little hard to see because I do have a light on, but I will be showing close-ups. I'm going to show you everything. This is daily wide spectrum probiotics, 15 strains, 15 billion CFU. Okay, so we're going to be going over everything within this probiotic blend. Excuse me. There's also lion's mane mushroom powder in here. So we're going to go over the benefits of probiotics, the purpose of them, why you might kind of consider taking a daily probiotic for yourself. Okay, so we're going to talk about gut health because this is going to be around immunity and supporting gut health, and talk a lot about gut health on our platforms here because it is so essential to have our gut optimally working well so that everything else can. Because what happens is our gut really does take up most of our energy, the body system, of all the body systems and processes, like our organs, of all of our systems. That one takes up the most energy. So if that's working properly, our other systems don't have to, in a sense, steal energy from our gut to in our digestive system to work properly. So as long as we can kind of start making everything work optimally with the gut from there on, that makes everything else smoother. It's easier to understand what else could be going on once the gut issues are figured out. Because once the gut issues are figured out, it really does help with a lot of other areas in the body. So let's just talk about it. The foundation of nearly everything else in your body, from immune response to brain fog and even breakouts, is your gut. Okay, so that's why it's so important. So what we're going to be talking about is this probiotic, daily probiotic blend. Maybe I can actually put this a little less bright. Okay, you can see it there that way. There we go. Talking about the key benefits of probiotics in general, who this formula is going to be ideal for, how to use it daily, and real life integration tips and scenarios. For those of you with all different kinds of lifestyles out there, we want to make sure that you understand how you can apply this to your own lifestyle, or start to think about how you can. But it's going to be really simple in terms of what that looks like, which we'll get into later. So we're going to go over all of this in terms of how it supports your gut health, your immune system. Please feel free to drop your questions related to anything in the chats, whether they come up in the middle, towards the end of the chat. If you're watching the replay, please feel free to drop them. We will respond or do our best to reach out. And let us know if you're currently taking probiotics now. And if so, how are you experiencing them? And we just love to hear your feedback. All right, so let's just talk about probiotics, where they typically come from, like where to access them, and then we'll get into specifically how the probiotics from the Dr. Clark store, the daily one, can help you here today. So when we're talking about probiotics, we're thinking along the lines of functional foods. So functional foods go beyond basic nutrition, right? So they offer disease fighting and health boosting benefits. It's really, think about not just surviving, but thriving when it comes to functional foods. These originated in 1980s in Japan, now a rapidly growing category globally. When we think about functional foods, we're really going to be defining them as natural or processed foods with biologically active compounds that provide proven health benefits. So, like I said, it could be processed, but more intentionally with those biologically active compounds. Not when we hear processed food, we think of kind of the chips in a bag. But again, this can include health foods too. So types of functional foods could include probiotic yogurts, for instance, protein powders, fiber-rich foods, and fortified products with postbiotics. So if you've never heard of postbiotics, I actually hadn't before either until researching more about probiotics, but we'll go into more about what postbiotics are too in a second. So we want to think about ingredients like for probiotics, glucans, polyphenols, probiotics, and prebiotics. These are all studied for their effects on immunity and gut health. But we're going to specifically be, of course, focusing on probiotics, but also those postbiotics I mentioned. We want to understand probiotics. They are live microorganisms that support gut balance, immune health mainly, and they must survive in the GI tract or gastrointestinal tract and colonize the intestines. So they are called immunobiotics sometimes because they can actively enhance the immune response, or immunobiotics. I think I pronounced that wrong. So that's a little background. And as it helps gut health and immunity, it helps gut bacteria combat pathogens and maintain immune balance. So that's what the probiotics are really proactively doing. Oops, just spilled my coffee, of course. Oh my gosh. Can never have just an active free live stream without something happening in the background. But apologies. This is kind of why I love lives in a way, because you get to see like the realness. This is not like an edited video. This is not a TV show. This is full on live stream, creator to from home. So it will be completely real, but you also are getting my real experiences, my full real individual experience of the products as a consumer. And with that, the realness of being a consumer when I'm sharing these products. So there's also this dysbiosis imbalance, which is linked to conditions like GI issues, obesity, and cardiovascular disease and diabetes. So this is going to help with that. And a gut-associated lymphoid tissue, or otherwise known as GALT, GALT, and makes up approximately 75% of the immune system, producing secretory IgA to defend against invaders. I know that sounds like, what are you talking about? But this is kind of more science terms here of really what probiotics are doing for your body here. But just remember GALT, gut-associated lymphoid tissue. That makes 75% of the immune system. So this is also what it's helping. Okay, so I got a question. Hi, I got the Parasite Cleanse but Lost Protocol booklet on how to take it. Is there a PDF I can download? Thanks in advance. Yes, absolutely. Great question. And that is something you can access on our website. You are on Amazon now, so just go to the Dr. Clark store. This is the question that came in from our Amazon live stream. Go to our website. For those of you watching on our other live stream, you should be on our website already, and that's drclarkstore.com. Go to Parasite Cleanse under the Cleanses tab, and there will be complete instructions for you, whether you want to download the PDF. You can download it as that same PDF, just as you would get. You can print it out like normal. I'll just read it straight from your computer. The directions and all the instructions of the protocol will also just straight be on the web page itself. But if you're looking for that PDF, we have it there. So just go under that specific cleanse on our website, and you will see the instructions, and you'll see a link for view detailed PDF here if you prefer the PDF version. So great question, Ernesto. That's going to be on there for all of our cleanses, just depending on which cleanse you're on. So of course, that's going to be there for the Parasite Cleanse as well. Yes, thank you. Of course, thanks for joining. Thank you for your comment, and good luck on your cleanse. I've done that one myself, and it's definitely our most popular. Okay, so also now moving into postbiotics, I mentioned that briefly. What are those? Because I've never heard of those myself prior to really researching this. And these are actually non-living microbiome probiotics that still offer health benefits. So these include BHB, or also known as, this is just the acronym. So the full term for that is beta hydroxybutyrate. And I'm going to just call that BHB. BHB enzymes, peptides, and bacterial cell wall fragments. So all of those can include and be included in the postbiotics. And these will reduce inflammation, improve metabolic health, or can. So probiotics and the immune system both have this innate and adaptive probiotics modulate both innate and adaptive immunity through cytokine signaling and encourage regulatory T cells. And this will help suppress inflammation and support immune balance. So the future of functional foods, I know we're kind of focusing on the food aspect because that's mainly where you would get these otherwise, right? So personalized diets based on the individual microbiome are emerging, and tech like lactic acid fermentation enhances foods without relying on outside sources. But again, this technology is not always accessible to everyone, and it's might not always be as convenient. So we're bridging the science to supplement. Why do the daily probiotics matter so much? Well, the human microbiome consists of trillions of individual organisms living inside and outside the body. The intricate balance between good and bad organisms is a critical factor for overall health and disease formation. So, and a significant part of the balancing act is the number and activity of bacteria in the GI tract. The health of your gut flora is very dependent on what you eat, but it's also affected by other things like stress levels. So important, right? And medications as well. If you are on things like prescriptions or antibiotics, prescription antibiotics specifically, while eating foods that contain beneficial probiotic bacteria help to populate the gut. The rising incidence of digestive and immune disorders indicates that honestly, most of us have to be a little bit more proactive than just focusing on what's in our diet to get the adequate amount of the probiotics, right? So now that we understand how essential probiotics are and even the postbiotics are for immunity, gut health, and overall wellness, you might be wondering, how do I make sure I'm actually getting these benefits daily or the adequate amount, especially if it's just from food? Is there a way I can just not have to think about it? And this is where the Dr. Clark Store's Daily Probiotics 15 Billion CFU comes in. And this is going to be with prebiotic lion's mane too, by the way. So our daily probiotic contains 15 strains of beneficial bacteria from Lactobacillus and Bifidobacterium genera. By fermenting carbohydrates from the diet, these probiotics raise the acidity in the GI tract, which damages and inhibits the growth of those harmful bacteria, organisms, including foodborne pathogens. So the lactobacillus and this is always kind of like hard to say, so let me just make sure I'm pronouncing this one right. The bifido, so it's quite a word.
Bifidobacterium.
Bifidobacterium. I was never a science major, so pronouncing some of these ingredients have been very challenging. But Bifidobacterium. So we're going to see a lot of strains in this of these two, which I'll go over each in the benefits in a second. So these protect the GI lining, and the semi-permeable lining of the GI tract is the largest area in the body where foreign microbes and pathogens have close contact with the immune system. And additionally, probiotics and nutrients get absorbed here, but foreign organisms can slip through too. So probiotics promote mucus secretions in the lining that help to fortify the barrier. And large numbers of probiotics join forces that help elbow out those pathogenic organisms competing for the same binding sites along the GI lining. And overall digestive function and inflammation in the GI tract are directly affected by the health of the gut microbiome. So to keep the probiotics in the gut thriving, you have to keep feeding them. Okay, so our daily probiotic supports beneficial bacteria with the lion's mane mushroom addition as well, which may have multiple benefits for digestive health, while lion's mane mushroom can help to regulate the body's inflammatory response in the digestive tract. It also supports a healthy microbiome in the gut, thanks to, and this is another big term, polysaccharides, particularly beta-glucans, that act like additional boosts to your immune cells. So this is going to help synergize with the rest of the immune system and provide additional prebiotic fibers that are a nutritional source for hungry probiotics and to help encourage thriving colonies of good bacteria. So this is going to be in a world like where our diet, stress levels, and even medications can disrupt our gut balance. Taking a targeted daily probiotic really helps. It helps the mind at ease knowing that you're helping replenish the good bacteria your body depends on without having to overthink it, making sure you're really getting your diet dialed in to make sure you hit that criteria. You don't even have to do that. This supplement offers a convenient, clinically formulated way to support your microbiome, immune system, and digestion without relying on yogurt all the time, fermented foods alone. Because, sometimes we might not always have access to those. Maybe it's a seasonal thing. Maybe it just depends on where you're located. Or maybe you just downright get kind of bored with those foods. I mean, we're all human and it happens. So this is going to be a way to get your daily probiotics in without having to rely on specific foods to do that. And we're going to just take a look now at the ingredients in this formula. We're going to take a look at the smart functional choice and really break down some of these ingredients and how they support. So, like I said, this contains unique blends and strains of the Bifidobacterium, but as well as Lactobacillus. So let's kind of get into that more of each of those and their benefits. Let me pull up these strains now. And it will be ideal to take up to 3 capsules daily. Now, it doesn't particularly, on some of these, it'll specify whether to take with a meal or not. Now, it doesn't say to, per se, take with a meal or not that I'm seeing here. So let me just make sure. It says, okay, you can take 1 capsule daily, ideally on an empty stomach in the morning or at bedtime. You can take in with warm water, herbal tea, or before a smoothie. So those are some things that you can do. Just you want to take it before maybe 15 minutes before you eat. You could do that. You can just take it with like liquids, and it's gentle enough for long-term use and ongoing maintenance, right? So, all right, now that we are understanding like how many capsules to take per day, let's go into some of these strains now, what you can expect in here. And let's just take a look too at kind of what to expect. These are what the capsules look like. Very standard. These are in gelatin capsules, by the way. So, oops. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at. Try not to spill them all. They're just falling on my table though. No worries there. All right. So now we have the strains, 15 different. Lactobacillus, and apologies if I pronounce some of these wrong. Again, a lot of these are scientific terms I can't really pronounce. So we got Lactobacillus acidophilus. This is renowned for supporting digestive balance and promoting healthy gut flora. It plays a vital role in lactose digestion and has been shown to help reduce diarrhea and improve immune response. So we have that in our blend here. This is a probiotic blend of all of these, 100 milligrams per capsule. There's 60 capsules in this bottle. You can take up to 3 times per day a capsule, right? Then we have Lactobacillus plantarum. This excels at maintaining the integrity of the intestinal lining, reducing bloating, and supporting nutrient absorption. Its anti-inflammatory properties may also benefit those with irritable bowel syndrome. So that is also something to consider. Again, working at the digestive system here, and we're relieving these issues, these challenges that are really affecting our bowel movements and our regularity. And this also comes into play with Lactobacillus casei, which aids in regulating the digestive system and can enhance the breakdown of food, which leads to improved bowel regularity once again and relief from constipation. So all of these different strains are targeting different areas of the gut to really help improve it overall. We have Lactobacillus paracasei, I think it's paracasei. This is effective for boosting immunity and supporting the body's defenses against respiratory tract infections and common colds. It also helps maintain a balanced microbiome as well. Then we have Lactobacillus reuteri. This is not only supportive for digestive in oral health, but may play a role in reducing inflammation and modulating immune function. So, studies also suggest benefits for skin and women's health from this specific strain, which is actually a really great benefit as well. Then we have Lactobacillus rhamnosus. This is widely recognized as a strain for its ability to prevent and manage diarrhea. I know, not fun to talk about, especially during antibiotic use and to support vaginal and urinary health. So, once again, it's really targeting these different areas, not just, the bowel movement, but we're looking at urinary health too and vaginal health, which is amazing, especially during antibiotic use, which is really common we see in birth control. We have Lactobacillus helveticus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. Is valued for its role in improving lactose digestion, supporting both gut, mental health, and it has been linked to reduced anxiety and better mood overall, which who could ever argue with that? Anything to enhance the mood is a win in my book. We also have Lactobacillus bulgaricus. This works alongside other probiotics to aid in breaking down milk sugars and proteins, and making dairy products easier to digest. If that's something you've struggled with, noticing lactose intolerance, it also supports immune function. So we have then Lactobacillus gasseri or jesseri. This has shown promise for weight management and metabolic health, in addition to supporting digestive regularity and immune defense. I mean, you can just hear all the benefits of each of these. We're really covering a wide range of our health and all these different areas, right? Not even just the gut, even though the gut is linked to so much, which we're seeing here. And then we are getting into the Bifidobacterium lactis. That promotes regular bowel movements as well. This strengthens the gut barrier. This is known to boost immune health as well by stimulating key immune cells. We have Bifidobacterium bifidum. This enhances digestion and nutrient absorption, assists in breaking down complex carbohydrates, and helps protect against gastrointestinal infections. We have Bifidobacterium longum. This is notable for reducing gastrointestinal inflammation and assisting in the breakdown of dietary fiber. So this creates beneficial short chain fatty acids for colon health. Then we have Bifidobacterium breve. This supports the digestion of plant fibers and may help reduce symptoms of constipation while supporting infant and adult gut health. So across the board, helping everyone. I know I'm going over all the ingredients here because I really just want everyone to know how wide spectrum. This is not just called daily wide spectrum for no reason. We really are covering a lot here. Last but not least, we have Bifidobacterium infantis. This is particularly important for babies and young children, as you could imagine, as infant is in that main term there, as it helps establish a healthy microbiome early in life. It supports immune function and may alleviate symptoms of IBS in adults, which is really amazing because now we're also benefiting infants, children, as you're seeing with a lot of these ingredients here, these strains. So tons and tons of wide spectrum here. We've got gut health, we've got digestion, we've got urinary, vaginal, colon health. We've got helping with lactose, breaking down those milk sugars and proteins, mental health as well, of course, reducing inflammation, immune system enhancing, really supporting the body's natural defenses against the respiratory tract infections and common colds. So yeah, targeting the immune system in all these ways. We're helping with the gut lining and the healthy bacteria, reducing bloating, supporting nutrient absorption overall. So we're really hitting a lot here with this amazing supplement, okay, for everyday use. And it's so easy to take, taking up to 3 days. I'm sorry, it's up to 3 days, up to 3 times a day. At bedtime, you can take it in the morning, ideally with a liquid. In that way, you can feel good, go on about your day, knowing that you're getting those antibiotics in, right? So we're supporting and balancing gut flora, supporting digestion of dairy, promoting regularity, digestion overall in its entirety. But I mentioned dairy because that's a specific one that can be really hard to digest for a lot of people. You know, helping reduce inflammation, improving skin clarity. So there's 15 billion CFUs per serving in one capsule. Um, this is a shelf stable formula, no refrigeration required. Really easy. You just get this one. You can travel with it. It's non GMO, too, for those wondering, gluten free, dairy free, clean capsule. There's no unnecessary fillers or binders in any of our capsules here at Dr. Clark's store, including this one. So, who is this going to be best for anyway? Like, how do you know if you should be taking this? Well, this is going to be great for individuals who have struggled with or are currently struggling with bloating, chronic bloating, chronic issues with their digestion, irregular digestion or sluggish elimination, really anything to do with the bowel movement and the digestive system. This is going to help. This can also help if you have food sensitivities, or if you're recovering from antibiotic use, especially if you have been going years and years on them, whether it's through birth control or something else. Antibiotics are going to really mess with your system over the long term, so this will help really balance things again. Also, skin issues. This can really help with skin issues if you're struggling with that, tied to gut imbalance, right? So, gut imbalance really does affect the skin as well. I think a lot of people aren't aware or maybe don't make that link right away. But acne, eczema, a lot of these things can be affected by your gut, if they're not affected by that already. And this is going to really help with that as well with your skin, which is a huge factor because I struggle with skin issues, depending on, many factors, environment, weather, time of the month, things like that. So I'm always looking to find ways to naturally help with that. So this could be definitely one of those ways for you too, if that is something that you're always wanting to improve skin health, right? But also for those people who experience sensitivity to seasonal changes, changes in immunity, frequent colds can happen, allergies, low immunity. This is going to help with that as well, right? We're going to strengthen your immune system on the daily. And then also brain fog, fatigue, which can just be related to poor nutrient absorption, not enough sleep, all these things. But this is going to also help with that because this is going to help with nutrient absorption. So that way what you're eating and consuming, you're really getting the most benefits from and maximizing those benefits when your body is able to absorb those nutrients better. Okay. And as I was saying earlier, it's going to be really ideal as well for travelers who want to maintain gut balance on the go, as you're really just having to keep track of this one bottle. You're only having to take, one capsule up to 3 times per day. And it's just easy. It's convenient. It's going to be great for anyone following a gut healing protocol, cleanse, or anti-parasite regimen. Anyone who wants to clean up their gut in a way that is easy to integrate, create a habit out of, without having to go through a full extensive protocol. Maybe like some of the other ones we offer can be a bit more demanding, a bit more. Of a time commitment, of course, and a bit more of a commitment in terms of shifting your lifestyle to really maximize benefits of cleanses. Of course, we always advocate for clean diet, high in fiber, antioxidant rich foods. But, we're all human living life that can't always cater our lifestyle to those things. We're on the go, we have unexpected things happen where you have to change your schedule, kids, families, extensive work schedules, to where this is where a lot of time our personal health kind of gets put on the back burner. We start to just go through the drive-through because it's easier. We start to just put things aside for ease and convenience. including our diet. So that's what makes kind of more of extensive cleansing protocol a little harder for people, because it does require a bit more shifting of a lifestyle when it comes to making sure your meals are aligned with that cleanse, your sleeping habits, your drinking water, activity levels, physical activity, right? And it also might require more time needed for rest so your body can adapt. These things are all going to benefit, of course, these daily probiotics when you adopt those habits, but they're not going to be dependent on them in a sense like a protocol would, like a sense of cleanse to fully be, you know, the reason for it to work best. Like this is going to be more of an integration into your lifestyle. Of course, it's going to be ideal to eat as clean as possible. I mean, that's always the goal for anyone, whether you're doing a cleanse or not. I imagine just always try to do better in our diets and health and wellness journeys. But this will kind of help take the guesswork out of a lot of that by being a convenient way to get those nutrients in for your immunity, your gut health through these probiotics without having to rely on that diet per se alone, because it's not always going to be easy to do that. But this creates consistency no matter what, no matter the season, no matter how busy you are, it takes a second to take a capsule, right? Versus preparing meals with all these prebiotics. Plus, we're talking about like postbiotics we've got in here. So there's all kinds of good stuff that are just so much harder to get by just trying to curate that yourself and do it yourself. Requires a lot more brain, mental capacity to do so. A bit more of a something that is gonna be demanding of your time and your energy that a lot of us just don't have. So we're looking to support better absorption from our supplements as a way to we're just like effectively getting our health in check in a way that doesn't sacrifice or compromise other parts of our life, like, you know, creating, for instance, like when we're talking about if I were doing this live on a different cleanse today, such as, say, the kidney cleanse or even the liver cleanse, those are going to require a bit more structured diets, like a bit more attention, or even the kidney cleanse, more attention to detail with your diet. But these are really designed to be convenient and more integrative, which is amazing. So, just some real life scenarios you can think about using this in is if you just finished up some antibiotics. You can start these right after to rebuild your gut flora. So, if you're someone who's coming off of birth control or plans to, really consider getting this as a great transitional stage to help support rebuild your gut flora. Another one would be to travel. If you're traveling soon, pack a bottle to avoid digestive distress from new foods or water. This is actually something I myself will be doing next week. I will be traveling out of the country for vacation for summer for a couple weeks, and this I'm definitely going to be taking with me because it's going to help me through that transitional period. It's going to be helpful for my digestion in that transition from culturally, the foods of the different cultures, and in handling my digestive distress from the new foods or even the water. So I'm really excited to have this in my back pocket, literally in my bag, my back pocket, to take with me for that, to combat that, because there's nothing worse than traveling and getting sick right away, and happens to a lot of us because it's just something that your body is always acclimating to, getting used to. First travel, the change in routine, and then the change in the diet can be very immediate and a lot on the body, which can cause the body to get sick at first. So this can really help with that and help you just enjoy your travel fully, enjoy your vacation without, that sick period that you have to go through. I myself have gotten sick traveling at least once, and everyone I've talked to has as well. So it's bound to happen. So you might as well be prepared. Another scenario could be if you're starting a cleanse, such as our parasite cleanse, for instance. Pairing with probiotics really helps keep your microbiome balanced while detoxing. So that way you can really get the best out of the cleanse you're doing. So if you are doing our parasite intestinal support cleanse, maybe you're doing our digestive aid cleanse, this is going to be a really great support for that in helping keep things balanced while detoxing. Because when we detox, a lot of the times while we're detoxing some of those toxic things, we're also detoxing some good things as well, unfortunately, in the process, that we'll have to go back and replenish. And that's where these can come in with some of those probiotics and that gut flora. All right, so if you're feeling overall run down too, your gut plays a major role in immune resilience. So just think about if you have maybe felt unexplainably fatigued for a while, maybe just low on energy, not really sure why. This was happening to me for a while too, personally. I was getting 8 to 9 hours per night. Really didn't have much of a reason to feel tired. Um, Considering, on paper, I was getting all the sleep and rest I needed, but might not always just be the case. It's not always going to be just be the answer. That rest could be underlying issues with the gut, right? So that can really play the role in slowing everything down when that gut is just imbalanced. So it's really good. And this is why with our Dr. Clark protocols, we recommend you starting off with a cleanse that targets the gut. First, the digestive aid cleanse. And, if not at the same time with the parasite cleanse, doing the digestive aid and then the para cleanse. And this can really be a great, great supplement during both of those cleanses if you are going to go full through with it. We always kind of have a few additional supplements or things we recommend that can really maximize benefits of our cleanses. And these probiotics always come up as one of those things, specifically with gut and immunity health, of course. So it's going to be really ideal to pair these probiotics with a high fiber diet, as I mentioned, fermented food, as those have those probiotics like sauerkraut, coconut yogurt, kimchi, for instance, are a few examples. And of course, daily hydration for best results. So that way you're kind of supporting this process of reinvigorating your gut flora, not just relying on this alone, but you're actually proactively doing and making the steps to do that in your own lifestyle and habits with your diet. So that's, optimal. Of course, we always want to be doing that ideally. It doesn't always happen, but just to the best of our abilities. So I want to ask or answer a couple of common questions. So let's see here. Let me make sure I am. So what is the capsule size? The capsule size is 0, for those of you wondering, just to give you an idea. And it comes in a gelatin capsule. And it's going to really help with constipation. You can definitely take this. So another common question is, can I take it alongside other supplements or cleanse products? Absolutely. Like I mentioned just now, those digestive type protocols are going to be really ideal as it helps with that. It's going to help with constipation. And you can take this. There's a question, can kids or teens take this? We always advise you consult with your pediatrician. It is a clean, of course, it's a clean supplement, of course, but it just depends on everyone's individual circumstances. So, it goes without saying, even though I do say it every live stream and multiple times per live stream, you really want to consult with your healthcare provider with any new supplement you take, any new protocol or cleanse. And of course, that goes with your children as well. So talk to your healthcare provider if this is something that your child can take. Really, the parasite cleanse is kind of the main thing that we really talk about in terms of children or people under the age of 18, for families, pets even, as like a main one that the whole family can do. So just be aware that it's not something we necessarily recommend for everything, but above all, You just want to look at your children's individual circumstances, their health starting point, look at the reasons for why you're looking at this for them. But overall, really clean product. And that is something that, we just want to really emphasize is talk to your healthcare provider first. All right. So your gut health, like I mentioned, impacts so much your energy, your mood, your skin, your immunity. I mean, everything really. Like it is a trickle down effect, it's a domino effect. The digestive system really, that involves the gut, of course, and that takes up like 80% of your body's energy to function when it's working. So, because that takes up so much energy, if it's not working properly, that in turn is going to trickle down into other systems within the body, like your organs, like kidneys, um, you know, your liver. I'm like blinking because I've been talking a lot. Thinking about all of our cleanses right now. And we want to just make sure that the gut is in check and our health is in check there before anything else. So then we can start to focus on those other areas once that is all good to go. So your gut health impacts energy, mood, skin, immunity. This probiotic is simple, gentle, and powerful. Like I said, it's 15 different probiotics. And I went over each of those and the benefits. And I'll probably do that again, like each of these ingredients and what each of these strain does, because it's really good to know. It's really cool that we have that. And you can always access that on our website if you want to see what is each strain really doing for me. We have that on our website under the product information for this. If you go and search probiotics, you can see and follow along. I've also already gone over them in this live, but I'm going to go over them again towards the end here, because it's just really cool how we can break down what each strand is used for, so you really know like how comprehensive this is. So it's clean, travel friendly, really easy to build into a routine of yours. Really doesn't require much other than just like you're already drinking water, just take some probiotics 3 times a day. Like it's so easy. It doesn't require a bunch of different supplements to take, like a bunch of different capsules, tinctures, things to make, etc. Like some other cleanses that we have. And you just get this one, so you can take it with you. This one bottle has 60 servings, or one capsule is a serving size, so there's 60 in here. You can take up to 3 capsules daily. Like I said, you can take it at bedtime, in the morning, preferably on an empty stomach. And you can take with tea, though, a smoothie, liquid is fine. And that's it, really. It's going to really help balance everything, you guys. So you can start with one bottle for 60 days of support, and that's 2 months of foundational gut wellness, just integrated in your routine so seamlessly, so easy, and you're doing so much for your health. So why not, right? So that is this, and it's a really a newer product of ours, which really exciting. This also has prebiotic lion's mane. So there's 100 milligrams of the probiotic blend in each capsule. And there's also 400 milligrams of lion's mane mushroom powder, for those of you who are curious. And I'll show that up close here. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to show one camera better, and I'll show it better. I'll show up the other one. Show up better on the other one. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know if it's getting clear. Well, you can definitely see it if you click on the product. You can see all of the blends here, the full stack. But I'm going to go over each strand again before wrapping up this live stream, so then you can really understand the benefits of each of these ingredients. It's really cool to understand what is helping what. So yeah, like this daily probiotic contains 15 strains of beneficial bacteria from the lactobacillus and the bifidobacterium. By fermenting carbohydrates from the body, these probiotics raise the acidity in the GI tract. This damages and inhibits the growth of the harmful organisms. including the foodborne pathogens. So the lactobacillus and the bifidobacteria strains also protect the gastrointestinal lining. The semi-permeable lining of the GI tract is the largest area in the body where foreign microbes and pathogens have close contact with the immune system. Nutrients get absorbed here, but foreign organisms can slip through too. So probiotics promote mucus secretions in the lining that help to fortify the barrier. And the large numbers of probiotics join forces to, just kick out the pathogenic organisms that compete for the same binding sites along the GI lining. So overall digestive function and inflammation in the GI tract are directly affected by the health of the gut microbiome. So to keep the probiotics in the gut thriving, you must feed them. So our daily probiotic supports beneficial bacteria with the lion's mane mushroom, like I mentioned, with the prebiotic, which may have multiple benefits for the digestive health. So the lion's mane mushroom, while it's helping to regulate the body's inflammatory response in the digestive tract, it also supports a healthy microbiome in the gut thanks to its polysaccharides, particularly the beta glucans that act like additional boosts to your immune cells. So that is where the lion's mane comes in. And so let's go into now each strain again, and then we'll basically be wrapping up this live stream after that. So I just think it's really important to understand, again, how each of these ingredients are really playing a role in helping your gut, immunity, and even much more. So let's go into it. Lactobacillus acidophilus, that is renowned for supporting digestive balance and promoting healthy gut flora. It plays a vital role in lactose digestion and has been shown to help reduce diarrhea and improve immune response. So that's a lot right there, and that's just one strain already. So number 2, we have Lactobacillus plantarum. This excels at maintaining the integrity of the intestinal lining, reducing bloating, supporting nutrient absorption, and its anti-inflammatory properties may also benefit those with irritable bowel syndrome. So really, really nice to have all of these different angles for the digestive system. Then we have Lactobacillus casei. This aids in regulating the digestive system and can enhance the breakdown of food, leading to improved bowel regularity and relief from constipation. So all of this so far, we've got supporting digestive balance, reducing bloating, helping nutrient absorption, helping with irritable bowel syndrome. And then we also have, Lactobacillus paracasei, which is effective for boosting immunity. So that'll help support the body's defenses against respiratory tract infections. You can think about common colds during seasonal changes. This will help maintain a balanced gut microbiome. Then we have Lactobacillus reuteri. This is supportive for digestive and oral health, and it's going to be helping. Oh wait, where am I? Oh yeah, play a role in reducing inflammation, modulating immune function, and it's going to help suggest benefits, or studies also suggest benefits for helping skin and women's health. And same with the Lactobacillus rhamnosus. It's also widely recognized for its ability to manage and prevent digestive issues such as diarrhea, and it can also help with antibiotic use, especially. So that includes like supporting vaginal and urinary health, since a lot of those antibiotics are related to birth control and things like that. So this is going to really help with that in balancing, again, during that antibiotic use. We have Lactobacillus salivarius. This supports oral health. Kind of makes sense with that root word saliva being in there. And this is going to help fight that harmful bacteria in the mouth and helps bolster the immune system. It may also help alleviate symptoms of certain digestive orders. So we've got a lot already. We're covering, oral health, we're covering vaginal health, immune system, irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, diarrhea, inflammation, everything, women's health for skin, and urinary, vaginal. So then we got Lactobacillus helveticus. It's valued for its role in improving lactose digestion. I mentioned that earlier, and supporting both gut and mental health. So it's been linked to reduced anxiety and better mood. So we have that in there to really help if you have trouble digesting dairy. And then we have Lactobacillus bulgaricus. This works alongside other probiotics to aid and break down milk sugars and proteins, making dairy products easier to digest. Once again, good for lactose. Also helps support immune function. We have Lactobacillus gasseri. This has shown promise for weight management and metabolic health, in addition to supporting digestive, regulatory, and immune defense. So now we're looking at helping metabolism, we're looking at helping weight. I mean, this is a huge factor for a lot of people because it can be really hard to manage that. And it's not so easy to manage weight. And some of it don't even always know why. It might be because we're not getting the right nutrients. We're not getting the right and absorbing our nutrients right. So this has shown promise for helping in those areas as well, this Lactobacillus gasseri. We have then Bifidobacterium lactis, getting into this side of this blend with the Bifidobacterium strains. And the Bifidobacterium lactis promotes regular bowel movements. It strengthens the gut barrier, bacteria, strengthens the gut barrier. I've been saying that word a lot, I think, and is known to boost immune health by stimulating key immune cells. And then we have Bifidobacterium bifidum. It enhances digestion and nutrient absorption, assists in breaking down complex carbohydrates, and helps protect against gastrointestinal infections. Then we have Bifidobacterium longa. This is notable for reducing gastrointestinal inflammation and assisting in the breakdown of dietary fiber, which creates beneficial short-chain fatty acids for colon health. So now we've got colon health as well as helping really break down those foods to make sure everything is being absorbed correctly and processed thoroughly. We have Bifidobacterium breve, supporting the digestion of plant fibers and may help reduce symptoms of constipation. It also helps support infant and adult gut health. So because we have let me just mention this last one, Bifidobacterium infantis is particularly important for babies and young children as it helps establish a healthy microbiome early in life, supports immune function, and may alleviate symptoms of IBS in adults, otherwise known as irritable bowel syndrome. So there is a lot, which is what makes this so amazing, so comprehensive, yet convenient, so clean. We have clean, comprehensive, convenient. It's amazing. And it's all from the Dr. Clark's store. We do everything in-house, meaning testing, manufacturing, etc. It's USA based too. So everything in here is triple check for no fillers. And you want to choose us with over 3 decades of unparalleled experience in health and wellness industry. And we oversee the entire production of our supplements and our protocols process to ensure that each bottle meets our high standards. So there's more than 31 years of experience and over 10 million bottles produced with this company. So we don't outsource the lowest bidder with manufacturers. We always start our purity with rigorous testing, as each batch undergoes extensive ID testing using high performance thin layer chromatography and other advanced instruments to confirm the authenticity of these herbs and extracts. Because a lot of times manufacturers will have the ingredients they state, but most of it is filled with plant fillers, these parts that really don't do anything for your body and can in fact, do the opposite. Our capsules are carrageenan, and surfactant free. So this ensures that the use of only the finest BSE-free gelatin capsules, free from carrageenan, surfactants, and prion risks are here. Our dedication to purity dates back to over 30 years, ensuring safety and quality with our vision to keep everything pure, no junk fillers. So we are verifiable GMP. We have our certification. Trust is earned, not given. That's why we back up our GMP certification claims with verifiable evidence, partnering with Very GMP, a UL certified company. So we are Very GMP or CGMP certified, and that means that each product meets the highest standards of manufacturing and quality assurance. There's also no magnesium stearate in our capsules, no hidden processing aids. So true to Dr. Clark's vision, we never use magnesium stearate or any toxic processing aids in our products. So everything is triple checked in-house in the US, actually in my home state, basically in my home city. Really cool. I've been in there myself. I put the caps on, the gloves on, the robe, everything to go in there and check it out myself. Really, really great, clean stuff. And it's really good to see with like my own eyes firsthand in person what the manufacturing process is like. So choose Dr. Clark's store for your herbal supplement needs, your protocols, your cleanses, and experience purity, authenticity. Only comes from a legacy of passion and excellence and natural wellness from Dr. Hulda Clark herself that we have been continued on since her passing in the early 2000s. Now, I do want to say that with everything I said today, it does come with the reminder that this is for educational purposes only, not to be taken as a diagnosis. Always consult your healthcare professional before doing any new protocol or cleanse or taking new supplements on. If you are currently on any medications, including antibiotics, birth control, etc., you might want to just make sure that there isn't anything you have to wean off of first before starting anything new. You want anything to interfere with what your body is already used to. So it might require a period of just weaning off medications or antibiotics you might currently be on before starting something new. So that's why we always say just consult with your doctor first before doing anything new. But all of our instructions and our protocols are to be followed, if possible, to the T. With, of course, the knowledge that you may get some varied protocol based on the recommendations from your healthcare provider and unique circumstances, of course. But all of the protocol instructions are for, your relatively healthy, average adult, of course. But, that kind of, even that statement comes with a grain of salt. We're also unique. But it is worth mentioning that disclaimer at the very end here, just so we're all on the same page. But do check out the probiotics. Check them out. Check the link below. Check out our website page where you can get all the information if you want to take a look at each of these ingredients within this yourself from this probiotics blend. You can, as I said, I went over twice each ingredient and their benefits specifically for each of these strains. It's super cool that we have that. You can also see everything online there that you might have questions of. You can check out on our site. There's this cool little feature for texting, like a little chat box. It looks like a little help chat box. You type in it, and what that actually is an AI trained bot based on Dr. Hulda Clark's education, teachings, her books, everything, her recommendations. And if you have a question, a specific question, it will answer, taking all of that information, all of that training into mind. So it kind of is like a what would Dr. Hulda recommend sort of feature, which is neat. AI trained, of course, since she's no longer with us. But do check that out. And of course, if you don't get your questions answered there, you can always reach out to us in a future stream by popping a comment below. Reach out to us over TikTok DM. You can do that. And of course, email as well. Our inboxes are always open to answer. By the way, I can't believe this. I'm just so used to going live so often that I didn't even mention who I am, but I'm Nicolette. I'm a live stream host for Health and Wellness, Dr. Clark brand. So I'm loving them so much. I've done their protocols myself, currently taking supplements myself from them, and I'll be taking this when I travel. So this is something that'll be great for you as well if you're wanting something that will keep you healthy daily, as this is a daily wide spectrum of probiotics. It's going to be great for you if you are busy, on the go, if you travel a lot, and really just for anyone, since it is just meant to be so conveniently integrated into your life. Clean, comprehensive, convenient, all from Dr. Clark's store. No junk fillers, pure ingredients. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next stream next week. Not sure what's going to be quite on yet, but you can check out this replay if you're just tuning in kind of late on either our replay section on our website, Dr. Clark's store, for our live shopping section. You can also see the live stream on Amazon, the replay, by going under the live streams tab on your Amazon browser, searching Dr. Clark, and we will come up. I believe the live stream is available for viewing for 30 days after air time. So yes, you can check us out for a while. You can watch these live replays at your own pace. Reach out to us if you have any questions, of course. And I'm Nicolette. It's been a pleasure today, and I will see you guys in the next stream next week. Have a lovely week, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.